Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Baz, WELDERFABBER. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Today we're going to start on the S190 feed hopper and cassette conveyor, as they have been pushed to the front of the queue to all our other jobs that's in my diary right here, because the machine is down in Wales and we need to get that back to them boys as soon as possible. So let's crack on. So we just flip the hopper over. I'm going to take the skirting rubber off and see if the hang line's damaged at all. I'm hoping that that angle is all good to go again, all the way around. And then we're going to cut the sides out. Looking at it, that angle will be alright to go again. As you can see, we've got a little bit of a lip that goes back, so it's like bent back there, that plate. But as long as the main frame is good, all we need to do is replace the side plates. We've also got a ladder rack being built today for a new Ford Ranger. So, I mean, there's absolutely nothing in that. So Luke, customer of ours, Luke, he wants something similar to this making, out of aluminium. And the aluminium has just landed as well, so Cal can crack on with that whilst Tom cuts this apart. We'll just have to get the dimensions of these, that one and that one, as their mounting points when it lands back into the machine. That's the hopper sides cut out. So I've got the folded section ordered that'll come up here and just fold back to that. Two pieces at 4.3 metres. And then we're going to skin it with Hardox 10mm. Cal's just built a ladder rack here for a Ranger. One of the new shape Rangers. We've got the mounting plates made here. And Luke's coming in the morning to have it fitted. So that's the standard one there. That's all that, Cal. You can see how flimsy it is, can't you? So Luke just wanting a bit more of an industrial look, but to look smart at the same time. Might end up putting a bit of timber on top of here or something. Fasten through. So we'll mount that in the morning, as it is Friday night. Blues in. Lads have done all the tickets today on the telehandler, so that can go back on Monday morning. Saturday morning in the shop. Cal's in. And the new Ranger's here that Cal's just done the headboard, and Luke. How you doing, mate?
How you doing, right?
I'm good, mate. You?
Not too bad.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah, it's good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, yeah. It's something that I've never really thought about doing. Getting into ladder racks on new pickups, or old pickups for that matter. I mean, the rack that was on it was ridiculous, wasn't it?
Yeah, too thin, aren't they?
Yeah, just no, you can't put any weight on them at all. But so we just beat it up a little bit. I mean, this is the first one. Do you want another one of these?
Yes, please, mate.
Pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same truck.
Same truck. So, Cal, have you got all the dims? Yeah. Yeah. And this is the little ditching bucket that we did for Luke, and just bought a hardened edge for it really, because it went through an edge really quick, did it?
Yeah, about 150.
Do you want the old edge back on?
No, I wouldn't need
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If this one lasts a bit longer, eh?
Yeah, but there's a bit of life left in the other one if you want it.
Nah, it's fine, honest.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right. So you can make the other one, Cal, off the drawing. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Right. So our Dan's going to go out and fit these beams. It's only a job up the road from us. And he's going to use Nick the crane again. Remember Nick the crane from a few chapters back with that yellow crane? And Callum's going to go and give him a lift. Well, Cal's just told me he's booked his hair. He's got a hair appointment at 12 o'clock.
Needs a trim.
Looks like Tintin, doesn't he?
It's a trim. It
Looks like Tintin. So poor lad can only work till 12 o'clock. Oh dear. If only he had some... Anyway, I'm dressed like this because I'm going to pick my daughter up in a minute. So Luke, tell us a little about what you do, buddy.
We do all new commercial buildings, for anything from Mercedes-Benz, Scania, all your new sort of dealerships, all your truck workshops.
You do a lot for Montgomery's.
Yeah, Montgomery's all the time, yeah, so keeps us busy.
Malayan Sun Building Contractors and Plant Hire. How much plant have you
We've got about 6 machines, a couple of dumpers, a couple of rollers.
I like them tyres on that.
Yeah, looks wide, doesn't it?
Were they an extra? Did you put them on?
Put them on straight away, as
Did
soon as
you?
we've got the truck, yeah.
Carl, what do you think of them? I know. Well, Callum's van, you know, we did the van for Max Civils. So we are going to do a bit to Callum's van. We're going to put bars on the top. We're going to put a bar on the front at the top, and we're going to change the wheels. Just bling it up a bit. I think it just shows a bit of a better presence when you're on site. Now I know that people will be saying, "Oh, what are you spending money like that for when you should be investing it in other things?" Yeah, well, we'll invest it in the vehicles as well. Do you know what I mean? I'd say we're doing all right so far with the workshop. Do you know what I mean? We've got plenty of work coming through, and it doesn't seem like any sign of it slowing down. Do you know what I mean? So I hope all the other companies out there are as busy as we are. It's good to be busy. So you happy with that, mate?
Yeah, no, thank you very much.
Sound. When are you going to come back up again? Have you got some other work for us, did you say?
Yeah, and you sort of wash pit out with you.
Right.
And then...
We'll talk about that off camera, yeah?
Yeah, sound.
All right, well, sound. Then I'm going to go and get my daughter. So on my way to pick Bella up, I just thought I'd call in and see our Dan again. And we're back with Nick the crane man. How are you, bud?
Yeah, good mate, good.
And this morning the episode has just come out with where we fitted the steel behind that house. So Nick has actually got his own hire wagon as well, which I didn't know about. I thought the crane was coming. We'll reach alright, that.
30 metre reach this Baz.
30 metre each. Good bit of kit then, isn't it?
It'll do 800 kg at 30 metres.
800 kg at 30 metres. If you just put a little jib on end there.
Yeah, so you can you can take that off for the heavier lift, so when we're doing the steel beams you can just add it on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, great bit of kit.
Yeah, looks alright that, doesn't it? So I don't know what who these houses are or what, but some of the Dan's involved with. Carl's just going to give him a lift. Best be quick, lad, you got to get your hair cut. Look at that.
Proceed, isn't it? Look at that. Start wearing it down up front.
Yeah, before you know it, that'll be gone some.
Like you see, all
I've still got a full head of black hair, mate, I can tell you now, not one grey hair on my head.
I don't know, I bet you want there. Look at that.
Oh, there's plenty on there.
Yeah, it's funny.
Let's have a look. I'll have a look into Cal's hair. Oh my God! Look at that! Look at that!
That big ball
Let
spot.
let us know in the comments about that.
Put it up with you.
Cal's bald spot. have a look at this truck. Looks like he's just painted it up, like he's painted his crane up, didn't he? Anyway, I'm not hanging about on this one. I've got to go and pick my little Princess Bella up. Take her out for a day. Okay, new day, new week, new hat. A few hats left in stock if anybody's looking for a hat. WELDERFABBER.uk. Although we have just sorted the domain out for WELDERFABBER.com. Now today, Callum and Sam are heading over to Stockport Way to Hart's Head plant to sort of skip wagon out. Rear lights on a skip wagon that want the brackets refabricating and remounting. Basically like we used to do on wagons back at Hertz. It is actually an old ex-Pete Marquis wagon, and the lads want me to do some work on some more skips there and a few other bits of jobs. And talking about Hert plant, Thursday last week there was a big announcement that Foxy had sold out, right? But you know, people keep messaging me because they know I'm close to Foxy in a way, right? But I mean, I haven't spoken to Foxy for a month, to be honest. But all I can say on it is that I haven't replied to messages. What's going on kind of thing. I've only replied to people that I actually do know. And what's going on here now with these men? Come on. I've only replied to people that do know. Right, stay there then. I get some monkeys out on road. I've only replied to people that I do know. But my take on it, Stellax have come in from America and bought a big share of the Fox Group, right? So, in my eyes, brilliant for Foxy. Brilliant strategy, brilliant move to what he's done over the last few years. Yeah, can't fault him for what he's done. I think if I was him, I'd have done exactly the same. He's 40 years old and he sold a big share of the Fox Group. Probably got a good few zeros on his bank account, and he's still in charge. Yeah, so he's not left. He's still working there, and moving forward for the company, I can only see it being a good thing for the company. Yeah. So obviously, people who are messaging me are outside the company and in the company, you know, trying to find out what's going on. But you know, this is my take on it. So, you know, yeah, Fox has had a big payday. Fair play to lad. Do you know what I mean? It'll definitely be a good few zeros and all that. And Stellax, they're a massive, serious concern in America. So I can only presume they want a little bit of something over here, and their way in is the Fox Group. So I can only see Fox Group getting bigger and better over time, which is good. I now think the concrete plant and the asphalt plant will be built within the yard at Hert plant. I think that'll move forward now. I think it'll expand into bigger and better things. Brilliant, because it's a company that I love. Do you know what I mean? Hert plant especially is a company that I want to see succeeding everywhere. and I wish them all the best, do you know what I mean? But on the other hand, I'm so glad that I did what I did when I did and got out, because these guys that are coming in might have just gone round and said, cameras off. Do you know, so if you know, you've got to look at it like that. As a big organisation coming in, they might not want it out there in the public to what I was filming within the Fox group. Now then, when I first started WELDERFABBER filming, so basically I built a company within a company. Yeah, good move on my part there, think about that one. Right, so I built a company within a company by filming the work that I do and putting it out there for you guys to see. Foxy then gets to see it and likes it, and yeah, want you to show the good and the bad, Baz, but I want you to, you know, we can show how many machines we've got, we can show how many trucks we've got, we can show how many quarries we've got, we can show all the sites. You know, the only time it didn't go down well with me was when I got banned from filming on sites like Jackson's. Yeah, so that was nothing to do with Foxy, that was to do with another director within the company. Fair play. If you don't want your stuff filmed, you don't want your stuff filmed, do you? You know, you can't, you know, I can't say anything about it. You just don't want anything filmed, that's just the way it is. So, you know, I was doing a lot of filming, but really, you're only really filming repairs, aren't you? And I know you guys like watching me fix excavators and crushers and screeners and on all the quarries and everything, but you got to be careful, because really you're only filming stuff that's going wrong, aren't you? You know, it's all right for showing the quarries and how many trucks, but you're still only really filming repairs. So some people wouldn't like that, and I get that. I really do get that. You know, so yeah, I'm glad I got out when I got out, and I need to give Foxy a ring really to congratulate him on his move. Going forward, and yeah, I just wanted to make people aware that no, they're not going bust. No, they've not been bought out because they're going bust. All these stupid rumours that I keep hearing. Do you know what I mean? It's a strategy, and it's gone to plan. That's what's happened, in my opinion. All right, guys. So now I'm just going over to Arvin's to go through with him this little bracket that we're getting made for the front of a dozer that we need to go and weld on up in Scotland. It is it's a mounting bracket for the blade, and he just wants to go through it with me before he goes any further with the machining side of it. So we'll get the camera out when we get there.
So me and Sam have just arrived on the other side of Stockport direction, working for Hart's Head Plant and Services. They've got an old Pete Marcus wagon here, as you can see. Come to do a bit of work on backlights. So, as you can see, it's been bodged, shall we say, a few times. But it's still, that one's not too bad, but we'll do exactly the same to this side. Well, to this side is what we're going to do to this side. As you can see, it's in better days. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to replace that with some box section, remake that bracket that bolts through the chassis, replace that, remake that, rebolt straight through, and make some sort of bracket that comes off here, very similar to that side there, you see, and then see how it fares. To be fair, it should be all right. Here's boss now. Oh, Sam. So I'll stick a time lapse on and we'll see how we get on. just see here that Sam's done a nice fine job at welding. Plenty strong. Used the 2 original bolts for the chassis frame. We've also welded a new one onto the plenty. A nice job to be fair. It's quite nice. The customer is also going to paint them, so now we get a bit of stick for not doing much painting. Are we ready, Sam? Should we go back to the shop, lad? Go on then.
So I've just got to my little fathers, Arvin's, AJS Engineering at Bolton. And what he's doing for us is a little block here for a Libra 736 for the Ball Connect. So we're making we've had this profile done here out of a solid lump, and we're going to make this fit in.
Half cap sinking.
Half cap sink in there now. So what we're thinking,
This profile plate is 85 thick. This bearing half cap is 80, and it's offset one way.
yeah, I can see the offset there. You can see how it's bigger at the top.
12 and a half and 8,
And 8.
7 and a half
Right.
stat. So I got to mount that, recess this block in a correct manner, so this bearing will sink 2.5 mil off that face to that face, and 2.5 from underneath to that face.
Yeah, I'd say let's put it in centre.
So it will become center. It's universal whichever way you want to bolt it.
I'll check with Will in Scotland whose dozer it is. We will be going up to Scotland next week to weld this back on. And the one on the dozer is really worn.
There's a drilling and tapping involved.
Yeah, so where's that little
For the
block
cap.
now? There, here it is.
Cap
The
is
cap's
here.
here, cap's here. So we have to drill and tap that
Then
block.
4 bolt up.
Yeah.
You take that out. It's basically going to be like that.
So you dozer drivers out there will know exactly what this is. So our machine piece at the back there is 5 milli bigger than that. Yeah,
Thicker.
5 milli thicker. Right. And they're 20 mil bolts. Right. Yeah, I'd say if we just put it in the centre, we just put that half moon in the centre, it won't really matter because I can turn it. It's universal,
way.
isn't it? You can go up and down, up or down when I weld it onto the machine.
It all depends which side he wants this cap, whether it's that side or that side facing.
Yeah, so yeah. Well, I can make that decision on site, can't I? Once I get to the machine.
You
Once I get
and
to the
your
machine.
customer can make
Yeah.
that decision.
Yeah. Can you put a little bit of a prep on that back edge for us?
That edge,
Yeah.
top and bottom, yeah.
Yeah.
About 6 mil.
Yeah, 6 mil will do, yeah.
Okay.
So allowing us to put a prep on gives us a better weld at the other end when we get to Scotland. Yeah?
Mhm.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah, fine.
When will you have that ready for us?
Well,
Couple of days.
yeah.
Yeah.
Before.
Are you on your own?
I am
Make away again.
again.
Mick's always on holiday. Mick, stop having holidays.
Home alone.
You could do it another month, couldn't you? Yeah. You can't get machine men. You just can't get. Well, you can't get welders. So, I think Arvin, you'll be even worse trying to find somebody, won't you?
Yeah, it's generally same all over the bloody country, isn't it?
Yeah. Just nobody out there.
No.
Every trade is a dying trade. I don't know what this country is going to be like in 10 years' time. I really don't. I really don't. That's why I'm trying to bring apprentices through just to teach them a bit and try and help out, really. Try and help out because I want to try and take an apprentice on each year, but there's all the health and safety side of things to consider when you take apprentices on, isn't there? It's I'm already having a few issues with that now, but I'll overcome them because that will then push me to adhere to the rules. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, Arvin will box this off and I'll pick it up in a couple of days, and we'll get up to Scotland and see you next week, bud. All right, mate? Right, so on my way back to the shop, I just had a call off George Fry. This is George here. All right, George?
Right.
All right, mate. And we're just at SBR Coach Builders in Longridge. And we've just come to look at this truck with this drag on it. Now then, just tell us what's happened, bud.
It's been jackknife round and bent the beam.
Spent the box section beam there.
Yeah.
Right, so if we look at this box here, looking at this 200 by 200 box section, and if you look down there, you can see that little kink in it. I don't know how well you can see it on camera. There's a kink in the box section there as it's jackknife and probably hit that corner over there. Alright, so you want that replacing, do you?
Yes.
So if we,
Extending as well, 600.
you want an extra 200 mil adding onto it?
200.
Yeah, so if we cut 400 out, so if you look at the end of the tape there, there's an end plate on there. That will go down this side and show you. Right. So that end plate there is about 30 mil. Right, so we could reuse that. Now then, because it has been bent there and hit on this part here, I'd recommend replacing that eye, George.
Yeah.
Is that alright?
Yeah, we'll get a new one out.
You'll be able to get a new eye, just because we don't know what stresses have been in that eye. Alright, but that plate can be reused. We can cut that section of that box section out there, back to about here. And if they're going to add 200 mil into it, we'll slide another piece of box section inside, say 600 mil long, and plug weld it to the new box at this side and plug weld it to the original box at that side. Also put a fish plate on the outside on both sides of the box section. So it's quite a straightforward job really.
We do have another beam you can use if you...
You've got another beam?
Yeah, over here.
Right. Right. So if that box section there is, it's 200, as long as it's the same thickness, which it probably will be, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The same wall thickness on the inside, and then it should be alright to use that. Yeah. So that's alright to cut apart.
Cut whatever you want off that, Baz.
That's just a scrap trailer.
Yeah.
Right, that's alright then. So all I need to get really is a bit of box section to slide inside that box.
Yep.
And to go inside the other box, so it wants to be a nice snug fit.
Yeah.
And then a couple of say 10 milli plates to go on the outside of that. Say about 600 long. If we're adding 200 mil, probably about 800 long.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? So it covers the whole lot.
Yeah.
And also we're welding the old end plate onto the box. We'll be able to get the gun down on the inside and weld it on the inside also, whereas now it'll only be welded on the outside. So we'll try and double up on the strength really. If you look at the truck there and the drag on the back, I presume you can take that box off for us.
Yes.
Take the box off, take the trailer off, put it in a location where we can work on it handy.
Yeah, that'll be no bother.
And when are you looking at it being done for?
As soon as you can fit it in, Baz.
Soon as, yeah.
Soon as.
Right. I'll come up with a plan. And that's another job in the bag. I spend most of my time on the road these days just looking at jobs, pricing jobs and picking up and dropping off parts. So I could probably going to be looking for another fabricator on top of Tom 28 Fab, because I really could do with him working full time at the moment. He's only doing 3 days a week for us. So anyway, I'll get back to you on this and let you know a date. All right, bud?
Yeah, no.
So I've just landed at M&M Acquisitions with these pins that we made for them. Picked them up from the quarters earlier. You can see the bins zinc plated. Nice finish. Salford Coatings over in Manchester. So I'm going to go and take them into the workshop now and see what we've actually made them for. Try and show you on cam if there's a trailer in that they're actually being used for. Okay, so they didn't have a unit in there for me to show you what them pins were for. So I'm just on my way back to the workshop and I'm calling in it Big Red Power Tools, which is William Moores in Preston and Sons, and the Sons are the pals that I know, and we'll go and see him now, Gary and Marcus, although I don't think Gary's in but Marcus is because his car's over there. Beast. Let's go and see. So I'll show you in this shop. Well, you got to be careful when you come in a shop like this because you'll end up spending an absolute fortune. This is probably the best Milwaukee shop in the country. So I'm after a digital level. I'll have a wander around, see if we can find one. I want a hard hat for Callum. So I want a black Milwaukee hard hat. And I want a small radio for Blue. Bella Blue. Any of the levels? Right, so we've got two different sizes there. We've got the 61 24 inch or the 122 48 inch. So we'll go for that one. I want a digital level. I like the look of them as well. Proper Tool Shop, Preston, Big Red Power Tools. Known these guys for years, yeah? Let's have a look for the hard hat. These are the one we want. We want the black one. That is for Callum. We'll find a radio. We'll deal with Gaz in a minute, but he's just with a customer. He's main man. On him anyway. We'll also get a couple of rules. And this is where we bought the wheels from for the beam trolleys that we're going to make. They do all different casters for all different weights. I bought plenty of tools from here over the years, put it that way. And if they ain't got it, they'll get it. Need no time. Need to get me out of here quick, I don't want to spend too much money. Let's go and see Gaz. Well, that's everything I need. I've got my little radio, a battery, a couple of rules, my level, and my hard hat. Cheers, our Gaz.
Cheers, Bassett. Thanks again.
Alright, don't forget, Big Red Power Tools for all your power tools. Alright guys, new day, 26th of September, 5:55, and today is Callum's birthday, his 25th birthday. So if you want to wish him happy birthday in the comments, feel free to do so. He does need to start answering comments, I'll be honest with you. He hasn't done so far, not that I know of, but he does read all comments. So yesterday, he was off yesterday also, and I forgot to set a camera up on this. So this is the feed hopper for the S190 screener that Tom's on with, 28 fabricate. So he's got one side in there, he'll get the other side in today, and we'll also get the hard hot skin tacked in today, maybe welded up today, I don't know, depends, see how far he gets on, but I've got to go out on site, so he's on his own working on that because little Sam's at college. We've got the feed conveyor done. You see we've put this little push plate on the side, plug welded back. So that conveyor is all nice and straight again. Same on that side, just need some paint on it. So that is like a little cassette conveyor that goes underneath that. Now then, that is at the back end of a screener, if you don't know. And you could put a live head on that, or you could put like grizzly bars on it. But this, the crusher just feeds straight into this. That's why it worn the sides away so bad. Because when the crusher is landing its material in here, it's hitting the underside here, one side or this side, depending on the position of the crusher. So yeah, I'm just waiting for Tom to come in, and then I'm going to shoot over to Liverpool to an oil pipe on a, I'm not sure what machine it is, but it's one for Pete Marcus. I had a phone call last night. Can I be on site at 7 o'clock in the morning? And yes, of course I can be on site at 7 o'clock in the morning. So, back out in blue. I love it when the dark night, when the dark mornings are here. I love it when the dark mornings are here. Always fire the setup before we go, make sure she fires. A little bit of preheat. No MIG on board today, no MIG. Ardan's borrowed me Warrior, so he's got 3 Warriors on site at the moment, so we're going to have to buy another Warrior because we need more welders on site, simple as that. So the DTM fabrication job going on, the staircase, you'll see more in depth into this in the coming chapters. Alright. But it's going to be a good little, that one in particular, that'll look good on camera, that when it starts going together in here. Alright. So yeah, I'll wait for Tom, I'll get going, and don't forget to wish Cal happy birthday. Just landed Liverpool. Not sure which machine it is. Looks like they're doing a good bit of demo work here. So when there's a lot of houses about, usually you can't fire the machines till 8 o'clock. So hopefully he knows where the oil leak is on the pipe, so we can attack it. Because obviously we need to fire the machine up to test it, and I'd like to see the leak before I start to repair the pipe, really. But we'll see if we can. We'll see if we can fire it, but I doubt it with all these houses about. If you're in a residential area, there's no way you can fire a machine before 8 AM. That's the usual protocol, anyway. So I might just give Callum a ring and wake him up on his birthday. Okay, so it's on this long reach PC290. Boom ram. This one. Apparently we've got a leak somewhere around here. So I might just see if we can just fire it. What do you reckon we can fire it up?
Fire it up for you now.
Yeah, just have a quick look. Just wake a few neighbours up a bit. Just like to know which point where it's leaking really before I start. Take this off, see if it'll crack, weld it, put it back at van. Round this side. Really, we could do with the aisle wall. Whoa. Hey, down. Side there. Yep. So we just took the little pipe off. We've got a leak around this side, so we're going to take this weld right down, give it a bit of preheat with the gas and put a few runs of weld around it. Put it back on, it should be good to go. Straightforward enough. So can you see how we got it cleaned up now? I've wound some normal 10mm bolts in them threads, just so no spatter goes into the thread as we're doing the welding. So we can now put it in the vise and put some heat on it. So just put 2 runs around that with a 7016 3.2 rod. 7016 is similar to a low hydrogen rod, just nice smooth weld really. Running around 95 amps. So I'll just let this cool now, and before we put the O-ring back on, red hot that. Let it cool naturally, and then we'll put it back on the machine. So I'll just let that cool naturally. It's nice and cool now. Get it back on the machine and you won't melt any O-rings. Took them bolts back out so we've got nice clean threads. Let's see if she still leaks. Yeah, it's like that. She's a big girl. Where are them rams, bud? So we're just going to get the machine up to temperature and just make sure there's no leaks. Proper mode. Happy with that. A bit of work to do on a selector grab, just want some blades, bolts tacking together, and the blades, the bolt on edges welding to the weld on edges. I'll show you. So the bolt on edges have just been turned on this selector grab, and they want some weld on the nuts on the back of them. So we'll get the lad to get it out now and get that next to it bound. So I'm starting to get a good customer base now for WELDERFABBER, and Pete Marcus is one of the best. Again, another customer that pays on the button as soon as that invoice is in. Go like that for a minute. What we're going to do, we're going to clean the muck out of here and down the back side, and just put a couple of stitches of weld on the back edge of the blade. We'll not bother putting weld to the nuts. You never know, you might be able to gun them off if you needle gun that out once you come to change that edge. Quite a lot of people do this on selector grabs because the blades come loose on them. So one way of stopping it, put a bit of weld on the blade or weld the nuts to the bolts. On this occasion, we're just going to weld the blade. CP needle gun. We'll get a little grinder out now, put blower on the air line, clean it up, weld it up. So that's all we've done there. Put a few stitch welds on it, both blades, and that just helps it from coming loose. Well, stops it from coming loose, shall we say. A few little stitches there with the stick welder. So we're running at 125 amps then on the Shindauer. Proper bit of kit. She's ready for a service, so I'll probably pull that out of the van this weekend and give it a service. They need service between 250 and 500 hours really. If you want to keep on top of them, 250 hours. So I'll probably pull that out of the van this weekend and get it serviced. If you don't know about stick welding, you always want to try and pull flux as you well. I'll get a welding rod now and show you, for you guys that don't know. So it's a common rule really, always pull flux and always push wire. So what I mean by pull is if you've got your rod in that position, you want to pull it back this way, you don't want to push it. The only time you want to push a stick rod is if you're welding vertically like that, so you're pushing it upwards. But in this position you would never push it like that, you'd always pull it. Whereas with the MIG welder you want to be pushing. Although you can pretty much do whatever you want with a MIG, but to get good penetration you want to push. That's WELDERFABBER's rule anyway. I'm sure some people would disagree. Right, well, bud? So that's these boys back to work now. And I know you guys out there like watching me on the plant jobs, working on the diggers and the crushers, etc. And them jobs are coming back in slowly. But I have to take whatever pays the bills at the moment, do you know what I mean? So any work that comes in, good value work, and that I know that they're going to pay for the work that I'm taking. So that's why you're seeing the shift, the change since I worked at Fox Group. You know, we take it very seriously, this, and you know, I took a big risk and I leaving Fox, and Callum took a big risk leaving Fox, and it all seems to be paying off well for us at the moment. But content wise for you guys, I'm not too sure. You probably preferred it on the plant and the diggers, I don't know, but at the end of the day, you're watching a vlog now of me building this company, and seeing how far we can go with it, and in the 12-month period we'll go back to day one and see where we were, and we'll see where we are in 12 months time from when we first started. At the moment we're flying, aren't we? Flying. So just on my way back to the workshop, and Ashley's given me a call from PJ Fork Trucks. Check this out. So the heli-lift is now finished and ready to go to the customer. Colin from Mac Civils. Now, there's only a few of us know what I'm talking about here. But here we go. Look at the hanger bracket there that goes onto the skid. That clips onto the skid. Just put your pin in. That pin doesn't need to be that long. We could cut it down and put another hole in there, really. But it's surprising what a bit of paint does to finish a job off, and these guys have excelled themselves in doing this for us. That just looks like it's meant to be, doesn't it? Looks brand new. Well happy with that. So I just need to arrange some transport now to get it over to his house, to the hangar. And getting it off the wagon. We'll probably have to take a forklift with us to lift it on and off, to be fair. I don't think that'll drive up the back of the wagon at that length. So let us know in the comments what you think on this and how it looks. I mean, I think it looks $1 million. I think it looks like it's built for what we've done it for. And if there's anybody else out there looking for one of these, feel free to get in touch, and I'll give you a price. Back in the workshop, Me and Tom, 28 Fabricate, are just finishing off this hopper for Jones Brothers, and I'm also just trying to find an engine for a track dumper, Cummins engine, 325 horsepower, running at 2,100 revs per minute. It's for DMJ drainage, and I've found one. So I'm just trying to sort out the payment side of things, and just making sure that everything's compatible with the engine that's blown at the other end, comparing the pictures with the engine that we just found to the engine that's coming out of the track dumper. On a Cummins engine there's lots of ports, like say for example your oil dipstick and things like that, or a pump. There could be a blanking plate, whereas on one engine you can move things around from one side of the engine to the other, and I'm just comparing these pictures now just to make sure it will actually do the job, and if it will, I've got a meeting in Lincolnshire on Tuesday next week, so I could go and pick the engine up and take it with me on trailer. That's the plan at the moment. Yeah, but let's just get this chute boxed off for Jones Brothers. Alright guys, so the director's here. That means we've come to the end of a chapter and we've got plenty of footage. I'm actually just about to go over to Lincolnshire to DMJ drainage with an engine that I've just got for him, and a meeting with Darren Howell. So, cheers guys, thanks for watching. Please hit that like button and that notification bell, and I'll catch you on the next one.